Oh, hello there. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Johnny Baghead, as always. And yeah, welcome back. Woo! How everyone's doing good out there. We are back with, okay. This might not come through very clear. You know, obviously, if you're watching the VOD on YouTube or elsewhere after the fact. We had the hot summer in 2023, and then we went into September. Just like the last week of August, it actually got like autumn weather in the UK for about 5 days, and we also got crazy heavy rainfall, like some of the heaviest I've seen around here. And then like right at the weekend, the heat wave just came right back, and now we're back to like highest temperature is like 30 degrees Celsius. No, I swear it gets higher than that at times, because it's one of those things where, you know, obviously that's the temperature around things, but the areas get warmed up more by that. Because yeah, whenever we step into the back garden when it's like the peak of the heat, it's like, you know, it's hotter than that out there. But even at night, like right now, apparently it's around 20, and I have to explain this for some people, but English homes were not really built for these kind of temperatures. They're typically built to keep heat in, because England's supposed to be like a cold and wet country, and granted, the winters are also getting like more extreme, but yeah, but at times I'll be a bit just like because of the heat, but I'll be fine. Again, you'd think maybe being a streamer who's, you know, has all this shit strapped on, you think that'd be an idea you shouldn't do, because it's bad. Then stop me. And it's not stopping me tonight. So yeah, we're going to finish up Portal Stories Mel. I think we're a bit into chapter 4 or 5. So let me swap over here. Get back in the thing, see how Virgil's doing. Yep, that's good. Let me look at the audio voice. Yep. I think that's okay. Okay, I'll get a bit more in game. Though, luckily, there's not too much audio you have to really worry about with this. Plus, I've got captions on the game for anyone who needs them. Oh yeah.
Biological scanners, recalibrating sensors.
Well, it seems that we won't be able to stay in the plant-filled test chambers much longer. It seems to be able to adapt to our actions quite well. We need to come up with a plan to take him on, head on. But leave that to me. You can continue solving these tests.
Okay. Yeah, so we got up to this, but we didn't actually do this one. Okay. So that reverses the gravity well. That's ultimately where we want to get over to. We haven't talked about it too much, but they did implement the same like dynamic music system that Portal 2 had in this. And I'm a sucker for that stuff. Like little audio cues changing when you hit certain things. Okay, I'm already a little confused because this is pushing that way. That wouldn't do me any good. Hmm. And I can't actually reach a portable surface to come out of that circle. I wouldn't be able to come out anyway. This is a weird one to start with. Okay. No, doesn't seem to be anything there. Hey, welcome back, Front Yawn Sean. Yep, good evening. Hope you're doing well. Trying to get this game finished today. Already going. So, good start. First puzzle back. Just have a bit of a look. I've noticed though, most of the time I get stuck on these is because I've blinded some really obvious part of the puzzle. It's like, oh, here's a wall I was supposed to do something with, that kind of thing. Okay. You know what? So the first thing I need to do is to sort out that cube, and I've just realised. There we go. Boom. Okay, good start. Let me move over there. So now I can get up there. This fan game does do a really good job of kind of sticking to the Valve like game design and logic, kind of like how they highlight walls that are a bit more important by making them look a little different. Okay, so now I've just got to get the cube back up here. I'm thinking about this because as soon as I move the cube off the button, the gravity well is going to go back to blue. So it's going to be pushing. So how would I get it back up here? Okay. That might have been a bad idea, though. But, that's fine. I could just load the save. Okay, I for sure Hang on. Ah. Hmm. Okay, yeah. Let's get back over here. Because there's no portable surfaces here. If I end up over there, I don't think I have any other way of getting back here. No, there's nothing else really. Okay, that's highlighted though. So, I definitely have to get the cube back to that somehow. This is a thinker, this one. This is the final step for sure, though. Yeah, worth checking. Just to see what was going on there. Okay, so we've done that. I don't really know what that gets me. How would I get the cube up? Oh, but here's the thing. If I can get back up here... all I need to do then... okay, so I think... despite the order I did the puzzle... this... I actually need to be here. I need to get up here by having the cube there. But then I need to respawn it. So maybe I just need to try and get up here. Okay. Let's load the recent save again. Because the autosave is getting up here. That, I think, is fine. If I destroy the cube, what happens? Hang on. Does it respawn another one? Yes. Ah, haha. There we go. I have this bad habit. I overcomplicate the puzzles. And I think the solutions are more complicated than they actually are. Somehow I'm both too big and small brained.
Hey, Mel. You have no idea how hard it is to move around here. Anyway, remember those old turrets from all the way at the bottom of the facility? Those guys have no security systems installed. It should be really easy to reprogram them to destroy Aegis instead of humans. If we go down to a turret production line, we might be able to produce friendly turrets.
Okay, so that does that. Okay, so I've got to figure out how to get that cube there. Aha, look, there's stuff going on in there, so let me go have a look. There you go, there's our exit. Oh. Nope. Huh. Well, that's awkward. Oh, I forgot to, I just remembered something. There was that puzzle that I think I skipped. Hmm. Okay, well, let's put that there. There we go. That puts that up there. I think the first thing I need to do is to bring the cube in with me. Here we go. Oh, this is quite a big one, actually. It's probably one of the biggest ones I've done so far. Okay, well, that's that off now. Alright, here's our reflector cube. Where is it? Oh, I'm thinking of Half-Life 2. Okay, I think that's about right. In Half-Life 2, if you use a controller, by default there's a 180 button. And I was going to do that to kind of line it up perfectly, but... You know, for having the reflector cube there... I still don't know what's up there. Oh, it's connected there, okay. Well, I didn't actually mean to fall off there, so... Whoops. Let me... get back up. Okay, well that's half the puzzle. Actually, I think I need the cube back. So... Here, we'll do this. And we have to get a cube in there somehow. Ah! I didn't grab it in time. There we go. I think that connects to over there. Hmm. Ah. Hmm. Okay, let me... I really gotta figure out why my TV keeps doing this. Maybe the connection's loose on the other end or something. Alright, so the fact that one of the cubes is a reflector makes me think that what's more important here is using that to reflect something? Okay, hang on. Just gonna pause this. Oh, no, that's the wrong button. No, it's just the HDMI cable. I need to use a different one. Yeah, that crashed. I think that crashed the game. Never mind. We'll get back in. That won't take long. Let me make sure my OBS is okay. Hello, OBS. Okay. How do I get back in there, though? I definitely think that's what I've got to do. Oh, I'm gonna have to... Okay. Okay, so first... First, let me get back over there. Then do that. Oh, hang on. Okay, and then... Oh, I did that in the wrong order. Okay. You gotta do this in a very specific order, I just realized. Okay. Because I have to keep a portal in there. Okay, so whatever I do... This has to stay there. There we go. So now... I can do that. And then get back over there. Okay, yeah. Kind of did the steps a bit out of order. The fact that one of the cubes is a reflector, though, makes me think that that's involved in the hard mode version of this puzzle. Oh, okay. I need the cube back now. There we go.
Well done. Test subjects rated that as one of the hardest tests in this track. I heard that it was made by two particularly cruel scientists.
There we go. It took a sec. Again, overpulled it. The fact that one of the cubes was a reflector made me think that I had to do something with it. Nah. No, I wonder if you could have, like, cheesed the puzzle maybe somehow and only used, like, the one reflector.
There's terabytes of emails. I'm trying to find something that can help us. Huh. Did you know you can increase the size of your core in just 2 easy steps?
Okay, so that turns on a gravity fin. Cool. Cube. Okay, well, we've got you, Cube. That's good. And let's have a look over here. What does this do? Okay. Oh, I should have brought Cube with me. Alright, Cube, you come with me. And then loop. Anything cool up here? Oh, another baton. Cube! Alright. What can I do with you, fun boy? Okay, well, I figured something out already. We've got to use the gravity well, put a portal there, and go over the, emancipation grid there. Okay, so first, let's, do this. There we go. Get up there. There we go. Oh, I wasn't quick enough. Okay. But that's fine. I could just do this. Okay. Oh, actually, this is a tricky bit. Uh-huh. Oh, maybe not. Can I do any cool button tricks again? No. How do I? Now I just got to figure out how to get myself over there. Oh, this is a tricky one. I really don't know, actually. I have to think about this. No, there's nothing over there. Just getting this cube back doesn't really do me anything. And ultimately, I need that on there because I need the gravity well on. Ooh, okay, okay. Yeah, this is the tricky dicky one. There is a portable wall there. But I don't think that really helps me in any way. No, I can't do that quick enough. So that can't be the... That can't be the intended solution there. Let's look up here for a sec. Oh, I'm a nincompoop. I didn't see that. Oh, there's a frickin'... Oh, oh. Ah, but there's the problem. Like, this is... That's helped me figure out one thing. And look, there's even a thing here saying, yeah, jump into it. Oh, that's why. I just did it wrong. There we go. Again, I overthink shit. I don't know why. I can't say enough good things, though, about... Oh, no. Oh, dear. There's loads more going on over here. I thought I was almost done. Nope. Alright. Okay, so that turns on another grid. So now... I need to do that. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, okay. Okay, now I need to just respawn the cube. There we go. And then I can put this here. There we go. But yeah, the puzzles here do make you, even though it's using the same tools that Portal 2 had, like they haven't, outside of the grids that kill you, they haven't introduced really any new like tools or anything like that, but they do make you use them in ways that you wouldn't have thought of or used in the original Portal 2.
Apparently, the records on these computers are kinda severely out of date. I think I can recompile a new version of this testing track sequence.
Alright. Oh. Hey. Okay, let me go get that cube now. Like, it's definitely some familiar concepts. But every so often, stuff will come up and it's just, oh yeah, this is so different to how you would have tried to use these in Portal 2. Okay, so that's open that. Okay, just having a look-see. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look up there first. Oh, never mind. No, I'm not. Whoops. There we go. No, no, you know what? Instead, let's just see what we've got going on here. Hmm. I think I actually need to get the cube in here first. Oh, no, no, no. Well, I'm going to leave it here just to be safe. But I don't need to leave the cube here now. Because I can just do this. Oh. Oh. Okay, okay. There's a there's a bit more work going on here than I first thought. Aha. No, wait. Oh. Alright, actually bringing that cube over is a head scratcher. There we go. Okay, so that's there. But actually, no, I need this over here. Oh! That was not the right move. Okay, where roughly was I? Oh, okay, okay. No, I need to leave this here. So we'll leave it there. Okay. Because then... I can do that. Good. Oh. Aha, and now I need to get the 2 cubes up here. So we've got that there. Right, what does this activate? Oh, okay. Oh, whoops. Now I gotta go back over there. There we go. I'm gonna actually, once I get over here, we'll save. There we go. So there we go. And then all I need to do not that. Whoops. That's a fun one.
Alright, a quick update. Compiling maps, apparently, it takes quite some time. At least the turrets from old Aperture are still coming up. Just a hint, the toxic goo is coming up too.
Right. Liquid break, hydrate break. Oh. Okay. Definitely gotta get cubed up. Can I cheese this? There we go. Didn't even have to go up there. Ah, but there's like multiple. That's like the first stage. Okay. Oh. Oh, that was a kill grid. Okay. Oh dear, I might soft lock myself actually. Oh, probably not actually, because that's not. You can shoot portals through that. Okay. What's down here? Oh. Whee. blue. But we do need to bring a cube up with us. Okay, so yeah, if we do this, get the cube around the kill plane. Like that. Then do this. Put a blue one there. There we go. Nice shorts. Easy one. Not easy, but, you know, short one. I think it's good to kind of balance, like, some easy with some normal. Okay, that's that taken care of. Okay, so that's how you open the door. That's kind of fun. I was hoping we could go in there, though, but no. But that's fine, because we can put that there. Right, and then... Ah, just slightly off, though. This is going to be kind of annoying one to position, I think. But let's try it. Wait, what does this actually do for me? I think I've got this one now. I think I'm seeing it. It's just quicker if I restart. So I still want the cube. That's all good. Oh, I did it again. I put the wrong portal down. I need to put a portal here to redirect the laser to go into that so I can get the cube out. No, almost. Oh, I positioned it wrong. Okay. Having to position the cube first and then do the lasers a little awkward. But so that's a minor complaint. Okay. Blue's there. Perfect. I'm gonna save. Because... I think I've got some trickiness going on here. Oh, this is a tricky one. Alright, alright. Oh, wait. No, no. Ha 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 ha. That was awesome.
From there on, you'll have to move fast because that's the lab chamber with plants in it.
That was cool. I should... Okay, so what's been going off? Oh,
Finally at the
hang on.
production facility. I've been able to find a rail a bit further on. I'll meet you up ahead.
Alright.
Good. You should find a way out of this test chamber before your portal gun's black hole violently implodes. Anyway, beyond one of these walls are catwalks leading to the end of a manufacturing line.
Whoops. There we go. So... Stuff's going on off stream. So on Sunday, I watched a bunch of action movies in a Discord I'm in. Got to watch Die Hard again, which is still such a good action movie. Like, I don't think there's anything you could really do to that movie to improve it. Outside of, like, one very specific plot point they probably shouldn't have done. But in terms of, like, the you know, it's not actually necessary to the plot even, but everything with, in terms of inside the tower and things like that, I should say. Also a couple of others. Finally, finally saw John Wick 1 after all this time. That was really good. And it's funny watching that movie and being like, oh yeah, this is a self-contained story that kind of it ends, and then somehow there's 4 more. It's like, well, there weren't any loose plot threads. Well, aside from like maybe 1. Let me just check. What does this do? Okay. This is a weird one. Okay. Okay, but I can't actually portal on those walls. So... I'm guessing... Yeah. This disables that. What is going on? Also, rewatched Crank, the first Crank movie, which is always a personal favorite of mine. It does have a lot of like mid-2000s edginess and language. Like some of the humor. Oh, okay.
It's now or never. We've got to make our move on Aegis and destroy it before this whole place floods.
Organic threat presence shown on scanners. Reacquiring target.
That was quick. Better keep moving.
Let's see. No, just a little peep. Oh, look. Companion cube. But just in terms of... It's such an interesting movie.
And this is a room where they test if cubes
As dumb
are
as it
actually
is.
able to press buttons. It's some vital testing. A cube that can't press buttons? It's a total waste.
But, I think it's a very interesting movie. Essentially because it kind of runs parallel to how video games over time took more and more cues from movie making and cinematography. And things of that nature. Whereas Crank feels like a movie that someone made after playing video games and was like, I want to make a movie that feels like a video game. Where the main character is like recharging his health. It kind of... Before Trevor in Grand Theft Auto 5, don't make that mistake. It reminds me of, you know, how he's kind of in some ways the embodiment of what players were kind of able to do. The whole like, oh, this is the idea of someone who's completely unhinged, who has no filter, and kind of sees everyone as disposable and just like whatever. But Crank feels like that. Just like the amount of chaos and everything being done for like self-preservation and what he gets away with. And yeah, the sequel leans into that even more though. I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna watch the sequel, even though I think there are some elements of the sequel that might have actually aged worse.
You should be able to slip through the door if it opens. Don't stay too long though. Those doors will close with 5,000 pounds of pressure.
Nice. I remember... I won't go into it too much. If you know Crank 2, you might know what I'm talking about, but... Because it definitely felt like, oh, we want to like outdo the first movie. The first one is kind of like an interesting take on action films. The second one is basically just a full-blown parody. and also in some ways kind of self-parody, as which is always the thing you have to be careful of with sequels. But I swore I have the first one on DVD. I swore I had both of them, but I can't find it. But probably because
That Aperture Science weighted storage cubes have to be bulletproof.
but I did move most of my DVDs out of my room not too long ago, because I had been keeping them in a drawer, and it was not a good drawer. Whoops. Okay, that was the wrong move.
Did you know that Aperture Science weighted storage cubes have to be bulletproof?
Oh, okay. Well, let's just open this anyway. So what I did instead is I watched Die Hard 2. And kind of in the same way that Crank 2 is almost like a parody of itself.
That cube wasn't strong enough.
Die Hard 2 kind of feels like a parody of Die Hard 1.
Only 66% of all the cube produced
Because it does a lot of the same stuff as
the human offices are up those stairs.
the first movie.
Cameras in this
No, kind of like, oh, we're gonna turn the stakes up, and
Still, we've got to take
also a plot line that you could not do. Oh, hello.
If you go through the offices, I'll go through the service areas.
Just because it's about like terrorists in an airport and stuff. Well, I don't know. I guess it's just like how long after 9. Maybe you could nowadays, because I think there has been some stuff around that. You know, it's a little easier to get away with now, but some people probably would still kick up a fuss. But it's definitely like in the first movie, like John McClane is kind of the main guy doing the wisecracks. Though you have like a couple of other kind of like buddy psychic characters. Whereas Die Hard 2, everyone besides the main villain is like, oh, they all have like one-liners and catchphrases now, and oh, we wrote these lines to be quotable and what have you. And it just comes off as like this movie doesn't take itself seriously. It's like, no, like you're leaning too far in the comedy. And it kind of loses the like lone person, like trapped alone, kind of gathering random resources. Like they try and emulate it, but it's a bit different when it's in an entire airport and there's like there's like the FAA and the army and a mechanic guy who I think makes like a fucking weird like anti-Hiroshima joke for some fucking reason. I guess that was still cool in the 1990s. But also the script in that movie is just weird. It's been an inside joke with some of people I've known online, been friends with for like over a decade now. But for some reason, there's a line where one of the army guys is shouting to some of the others. I think he's shouting to John McClane, and he unironically says the line in the context of a scene that is not sexual. He's referring to the leader of the terrorists, and he says, "We're here to jerk off that cocksucker." And that's not the full line. The full line is actually, "We're here to jerk off that cocksucker until he does this thing or that." I think what the line is supposed to be is, "We're here to jerk around," as in they're here to like cause distractions and get in this guy's way until a certain part of like the timeline. But for some reason, instead, the actor says "jerk off," which, and I maybe in 1990 that meant something different. I don't know. But we're here to jerk off that cock. If you search on YouTube, you'll find the clip. Ended up being a running joke. And, yeah. I love that line. We're here to jerk off that cock. Oh, you know. Hey, no judgment here. I can't see your presentation, boys. Oh. Keep 6202 offline. And, I think some of these are like original assets, actually. You don't really see this kind of area in Portal 2. It's kind of midway tech between kind of like Final Day human aperture. This looks kind of like 1990s, like late 90s aperture, maybe.
Oh, there you are. I thought maybe somehow you managed to get lost. Anyway, we're almost at Aegis' part of the facility. Mind your head here. Those metal plates will hurt if they hit you. Can you believe it takes 6 of those plates to make 1 cube? Ridiculous.
Oh. Okay. But I'm probably going to watch Die Hard 3 tonight. No, I don't think I've... So I've got like this box set that has all has 4 of the movies. I'll be frank, I've not seen the 5th one. I don't think I can bring myself because I just hear it's abysmal. Like the 4th movie is not great, but it has moments. And I'm a bit of a sucker for old guy who can't go anymore has to, you know, is brought back and kind of has to struggle against that and kind of rise above it to save the day. Ow. But yeah, the 5th one I don't hear great things about. But I'm probably going to watch the 3rd one. But the box I have, yeah, it has the first 4 and tons of making of stuff, which I don't think I've ever watched on them. So I might do that, because I actually do like making of and commentaries and things like that. It's like, it's the one big loss from the streaming taking over, is that streaming services don't offer any of that. Outside of like documentaries specifically made for streaming services, you don't get, oh, this movie that came out in theaters, it's on streaming services now, and you can go look up making of and documentaries and commentary. Like, I don't think there's any commentary tracks, for example, on Netflix or Amazon Prime or anything like that. And that seems like you might as well, right? But I'll probably watch Die Hard with a Vengeance. Oh, I forgot to mention that. The alternative name for Die Hard 2 is Die Harder, which I love. I think some people might think that's stupid, but I love it. And the 3rd one is Die Hard with a Vengeance, which I'd say is far better than 2. I still think the first movie is the best one, but I think 3 I have a soft spot for, because it both kind of captures the energy of the original, but actually does do something new with it. Though the funny thing with every time they make a sequel, it ends with like, oh, we're getting our relationship on track. And then to keep the fucking storyline going, at the start of the new one, it's like, oh no, we've already ruined it again. Poor guy can't catch a break.
The power's been cut off here, but I think I can help. Just give me a moment. Yes, that worked. Let's get going.
Yeah.
This reminds me of the day I ended up falling down into those junkyard offices. Dark room, no lights. Hit the end of a management rail and down I went. Luckily, I found you still alive in that vault, or I'd have been stuck there forever. Careful, careful. There's a hole in the floor ahead. Just a bit further, and we can get to the mainframe rooms. There should be a lever near that door to open it up. You ready, Mel?
It's kind of weird because Portal 2, I don't think they ever say your name. I don't think they ever say that the protagonist's name is Chell or refer to as Chell. Which is probably done on purpose to kind of... Yes, this character has a confirmed name, but it's more immersive to not say it. It makes it feel like they're just talking to you. Right? Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch Die Hard with a Vengeance tonight. But also, I gotta remember to ask and maybe figure out why I can't find my disc copy of Crank 2 High Voltage.
Look, Mel.
It's on Netflix, but not
just
UK
wanted to
Netflix.
say something. I couldn't have done any of this without your help. If it wasn't for you, I'd still be stuck down there in the junkyard offices. Probably my battery backup would have run out in a few days. So.
Alright, final chapter.
So, let's get this done. Whatever happens, I believe in you. Really.
Organic threat and mechanical threat number 1 detected in Central Hub. Countermeasures activating.
Alright, so, in order to get to the Aegis core, we need to turn on the power, unlock the doors, and replace the turrets. Once that's done, we should have a clear shot at Aegis. Let's get going.
So we'll see if this is going to be as long as the like recent chapters, or if this will be kind of like a separately short one.
Every vent in here is filled with those turrets. We pulled up every last one of them a long time ago.
Okay, not that way. Anything this way? No. Apparently there are Easter eggs and stuff to find. You know, I've got it saved, so if we finish fast enough, we'll watch the video. See what we, see what random stuff's hidden in this.
Mel, I'm reading that the generators are offline. Only way that the security systems can come online is to turn on those generators. But, according to my research, the manual startup is over in the control room for generator 2. And it's locked. The control room for generator 1 has a manual security override though. Give it a try. What's the worst that could happen? Okay, I was wrong. That was a bad idea. The security system's kicked in. You can't open the doors from the inside anymore. Hurry, find a way to turn that other generator on and then get out of here.
Oh, okay. Okay, okay.
Wait, you just... How did you... Well, I guess manual bypass does work, doesn't it? Good work. That's the first part. The security systems are now online. Oh, wait. I didn't think this through, did I?
Oh, okay, okay. I'm gonna safety save here. Hmm. Okay, I see.
And all right, now that we have the power turned back on, we need to go to the security room overlooking the bridge to the Aegis core. Now that the security doors have unlocked, we should be able to get there.
Sweet. This feels like... Okay, no, that's just a shortcut down. Oh, there we go. Actually, that's the way you had to go. Just did that by accident, I guess. Alright.
Alright, so I think that might not be as easy as I once thought.
Mm-hmm.
Aegis has done quite a bit of redecorating on these catwalks. Good thing you got a portal gun.
Scanners detect organic and mechanical target. Control over test chambers granted. Executing.
These things have turrets?
This puzzle's in Paul too, actually. There we go.
Execution number 1 failed. Preparing new ambush.
Watch it. He's got another one coming. And I think this one took out the catwalks before. Avoid those turrets and get to...
Ah, that was rough. Alright.
Execution number 1 failed. Preparing new ambush.
Watch it. He's got another one coming. And I think this one took out the catwalks before. Avoid those turrets and get to the security room.
Okay. This is a bit awkward, this bit, actually. Okay. Was I supposed to have run forward at this point?
Number 1 failed. Preparing new ambush.
Watch it. He's got another one coming. And I think this one took out the catwalks before. Avoid those turrets.
No. Okay.
Execution number 1 failed. Preparing new ambush.
Watch it. He's got another one coming. And I think this one took out the catwalks before. Avoid those turrets and get to the security room.
That's a bit awkward. Now I just feel like I've done something wrong. Oh, running this way wouldn't help. Okay, so there's something else I've got to do then, maybe. Oh, I see. I see. That's not actually as bad. Okay. I didn't realize there was a... I didn't remember this gap in the rail here. There we go. Huh. What am I missing? Hmm. Have I trapped myself over here? Oh. Am I supposed to be up here? Okay, well then I'm confused. I thought I'd figured this out. Well, it's like, okay, well you can't go up that way. Oh! Tricky, tricky little fuckers. Alright, give me that. What does that do? Okay, that's probably important actually. Oh. There we go. Oh, that was a bit of a scary jump, that one. Cool.
Oh, great.
That one was on me. No excuses there.
Be a switch around in this room. Once you flip it, Aegis' main security systems will go down. Then it should
Procuring only Guardian and intrusion system core mainframe security at 20%. External intrusion detected. All remaining power diverted to turret manufacturing line. Production increasing to 350%.
Ah, right. The turrets. Well, it seems he's diverted all the power that was going to the Death Fizzlers into the turret production. Which, hang on, that's not so bad. Get back to the elevator room. Time to turn the tables on Aegis.
Okay, no, I guess we do go back this way. Nope, that does not have collision.
Procuring only Guardian and intrusion system core mainframe security at
Okay, I'm gonna wait here. I think I missed something.
all remaining power diverted to turret manufacturing line. Production increasing to 350%.
Ah, right, the turrets. Well, it seems he's diverted all the power that was going to the Death Fizzlers into the turret production. Which, hang on, that's not so bad. Get back to the elevator room. Time to turn the tables on Aegis.
Okay, no, I am meant to backtrack. Oh, okay, I didn't... Yeah, that's not... Oh. I don't know why. Sometimes when I walk past stuff, I just don't process that I've looked at it.
Alright, all that's left is those turrets. Remember how we pumped up the old turrets? This is where they might get useful. Head to the manufacturing line.
Will do.
Here's the plan. We've got to take the turret production line down. So, there's about 3 ways I know to do this. The first should be easy and works most of the time. So, go into the scanner area and take the turret out without the model. So that didn't work. Computer's got a template stored, which leads us to solution number 2. Use one of the old turrets to overwrite the template. I can reprogram it to not shoot you, and before you know, you got an army. Ah, scratch that idea. Apparently there are no diversity vents here, which means I can't bring one in. I guess pumping up those turrets was a total waste of time. Lovely. So, third idea. We gotta override the targeting system on these ones manually. There's a targeting control room. It's nearby. Just be ready to run. I'll get the door open.
Okay, yeah, so in Portal 2 you swap the turret template. So I like there's a little twist on
See you
this.
on the other side, and just remember the Nuremberg Olympics.
Well, I
See you
think.
on the other side, and just remember the Nuremberg.
Hey, look at that. Uh. Wait. Okay. Yeah, that did not feel right.
See you on the other side, and just remember the Nuremberg Olympics.
There we go.
There you are. I knew all that track running would do you good someday. Look, that wood model is what's causing the turret to shoot at humans. If you replace it with something else, they'll shoot that instead.
There we go. And then.
Oh my, you're clever. Now the turrets will target the server banks instead of you. If we wait a little bit, all the turrets in this part of the facility should be replaced, allowing you to finally destroy Aegis.
Cool, cool.
Why don't you test if the reprogramming worked? Stand in front of the model. One of two things will happen. The first, they won't shoot you. The second, well, it shouldn't come to that. Just trust me. All right, that worked. I knew that would work. I totally knew it would work. Well, anyway, the turrets are
Alright.
ours now. Now get back to the elevator room again. Time to bring the fight to him.
Alright, I think we're really close to ending this now. Now it's time to end this. I had a feeling the final chapter would mostly be this boss bit, so.
I forgot to mention, those turrets were automatically replaced by the system, as it read that there was an update to the turret's targeting systems. Every update, they get replaced to make sure the turrets are the most up-to-date they can be, and to prevent hacking.
Alright, here we go.
Oh, that's the emergency exit elevator. Once we shut down Aegis, we should be able to use it to get you out of here. Unfortunately, there are no management rails in there, so you'll have to do it without me. Don't worry though, I'll be watching from back here and help you if needed. Alright, now, this is it. This is Aegis' server room. Get ready for this.
There it is.
Without a fight.
Organic target detected in quarantined operations. Preparing localized
I love the design of this thing.
Well, it seems that he's
Kinda like
keeping up his security. It doesn't
That
seem to know about the threats
pre-GLaDOS
yet.
kind of tech,
Waiting for
but
Clash.
still.
Careful, the water is electrified. Look at the damage that pumping up the water did. Almost a quarter of his servers are completely destroyed. Not bad for a simple maintenance core. Anyways, try to find a way to the back of the room. There's a turret dispenser over there.
Alright. Have a quick wash. There we go.
Look up. There's a portal surface above the water pipe.
Oh yeah, there we go. Oh wait. There we go. Hang on. Do, 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 do. Well, I got an achievement. Hey! Okay, no, I've just got to... There we go.
Dispensing turrets. Executing target.
Who's there?
It's working. The turrets are shooting the servers. Grab that turret and destroy the rest of them.
Please put me
Turret's
down.
targeting parameters compromised. Searching for alternative defensive measures.
Put me down.
Come on, come on. There you go, little guy.
Good. You destroyed them all. I can unlock the other side now.
Uncompromised turrets found. Deploying archived turrets.
That doesn't sound good. Crap! He got his hands on the old turrets. Those still have the old targeting parameters. Ah, why did I pump those useless things up? Watch yourself.
There you go. Oh yeah, yeah. The whole like putting out fire thing. I like they added that to this as well. Again, not a couple of like new ideas. It's fun. Huh. Okay, I got up here now. What? Oh.
Hey. Malfunction. There. Hello? Are you still there? I've been looking. Heavy flying. Checking down.
Okay. Well, that's
Target lost.
that's awkward. I need to get him to shoot that. All right.
Are you malfunctioning? Hello? Searching. Goodbye. Who are you? Deploying. Target lost. Nap time. Is anyone there? Are you still there? Good night.
Oh dear, this one's annoying.
Sentry mode activated. Hey. Searching. Activated. Who's there? Are you still there? Uh-oh. Target lost. Resting.
Oh, hang on.
Put me down.
Okay. I forgot about those.
Target lost. Sleep mode activated. Please put me down.
What about these guys?
There you are. Searching.
Shouldn't you be shooting these?
Goodbye. Searching. Hey. Are you still there? Nap time. Please put me down.
Initiating asphyxiation program.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Draining oxygen.
Of course.
Lethal oxygen concentration in T-6 minutes.
Okay, Mel, this is it. You have just a few minutes before all the oxygen is gone. If you can't shut him down before he shuts you down, the entire facility will flood with the toxic goo that he's still pumping up.
Searching. Uh-oh.
There we go.
Are you still there?
I wish they kind of made turret placement a little better.
What are you waiting for? Keep moving those turrets around. Great job. That's half the servers on this site blown up. There are a few more upstairs.
Lethal
Go
oxygen
destroy them too.
concentration.
Get upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Mel, we don't have much time left. Hurry.
Please put me down.
The entire facility depends on you.
Uh-oh. Target lost.
Lethal oxygen concentration.
Activated.
The turrets in the room on the other side remain. You have to fling yourself in there.
Okay, how would I fling myself in there?
I don't want to drown in goo.
Oh, okay.
Lethal oxygen concentration in T-3 minutes.
Watch the turrets.
Okay.
Put me down. Are you still there?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Ugh.
Please put me down.
Okay.
Lethal oxygen concentration
Yes, I know, I know.
T-2 minutes.
Target lost.
Come on, come on.
Automated server control failing. All non-vital systems terminating. Power redirecting to manual control. User input required. Voice control deactivating in 3, 2, 1.
This is it. If you can get inside the mainframe and shut it down, we'll be home free. You can leave, and I can live forever. So, whenever you're ready, get in the mainframe and shut him down. And stop the toxic goo from flooding the facility, you know. You should be able to fling yourself on top of him. There's a hatch on him you can open to manually shut it down from the inside.
Lynn, huh? Oh, yeah. Okay, this is it. Go, Nagus. Yeah! I think this is it then. I think we did it. Oh, this is a cool room.
That seems to be the user control interface. You can control its entire functions from here. I can walk you through some of what you need to do. First things first, stop the toxic goo from pumping up. We should be able to contain it in test shaft Lima whiskey.
Yeah, delete Sister 32, of course.
Oh, wait, Mel. Before shutting this thing down completely, remember that there was a third target it was trying to take out? Well, we're not 3, unless you can tell me otherwise.
Hmm.
Try to see what you can
Bear in mind, this is not canon to the official series.
Underscore target underscore.
So if this changes, like, anything, I don't know.
Am I reading this right? Was this thing trying to
Yeah, GLaDOS, yep.
her? It was targeting GLaDOS? Mel, what have we done? GLaDOS killed every scientist in this facility before being destroyed by a tenacious test subject. This thing, Aegis. It was trying to finish the job and flood the facility to destroy her. Mel, we might just have given GLaDOS a chance to get back in power. How could we have done that? Why didn't I see it sooner? Well, if you want to get out of here, now is your best chance. You don't want to be around when she comes back online. You should shut down Aegis now. Needs a passcode. It should be around here somewhere. Take a look around.
Huh. I know what the code is.
2056.
Yeah, I saw that number earlier. I remember that.
Around a lot in this place. Strange. It's done. It's done. Aegis is in its final shutdown sequence. Mel, come back to the lift. I can get you out of this facility. Okay, Mel. The elevator is in lockdown until you put your portal device in the incinerator over there.
Alright. Bye. Bye, Portal Gun. I do really like the kind of like retro test design.
Mel, I just wanted to say something. Thank you. Thank you so much. Really, if it weren't for you, I would have drowned at the offices in the junkyard. I'm so sorry about lying to you in the beginning.
It's okay, man.
Bad Cave Johnson impression. Anyway, this thing should take you out of here.
I feel like if
to your
the
normal
way
life.
Portal is, I feel like something's gonna go wrong here.
Call normal by this point. I don't know exactly what's out there, but it should be better than what's down here. So, just enjoy the rest of your life. Look, the elevator is here. See you later, Mel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, we went up. Okay, good. If there was like a twist, they were like, actually, nah. You have to stay. I'd be a bit peeved. Oh, man, I've got really extensive ending video here. I, that's starting to look like some of where Portal 2 starts. I could be wrong, but it looks like it. I don't remember if this is the exit you come out of in Portal 2. I don't think it is. No, okay, this is right back at the start. But yeah. Kind of fucked hard to escape to this, huh? Okay. I'm happy with that ending though, even if it's a little bittersweet. It probably would have been too predictable to do the kind of same twist of like Wheatley turning on you, like in Portal 2. That was a great experience though. I really enjoyed that. There was some tough bits. Alright, we got some devs. Nice. That's a fun credit sequence. But yeah, this is really good. It definitely... This feels like, if you think of what Valve were doing with kind of like the episode updates for Half-Life, this feels like this could have been a episode update to Portal 2. Because in like, you know, terms of length, but also the like reusing, you know, some assets, but also doing new stuff with it. But yeah, this is very cool. I'd recommend this, and I won't do it on stream, but there actually is a hard mode playthrough you can do. I think that's what the challenge mode is, where all the puzzles get harder. Hey, look, past contributions. These legends can credit people who didn't finish the game. What's your fucking excuse, game development industry? Hacked assholes. Sorry, had to bring that up. But yeah, I'd have to look up and see if there's any other kind of work these devs have done. There is a VR version. Apparently, it's I don't think it's the same game. I think it's a separate little campaign. This is probably going to be leading. This is going to lead into Portal 2. This cutscene, I bet. This is going to be Wheatley or something with Chell waking up, I bet. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh no, we're back with Vegas. Oh. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so that's, yeah, Waking Test Subject 001. See, that's definitely Chell. It's cute. It's nice. Yep. But yeah, this was really good. Getting this like extra look at stuff. Obviously, it doesn't really mess with the lore too much, but just expanding on some of that kind of behind the scenes stuff. It mainly is at the start, covering more of Aperture's history in the 50s and 60s. But yeah, so I'm not going to do it, but you can do advanced mode, the original mod with harder puzzles. So there is like a full go for it again, kind of like the, you know, the challenge mode stuff that was in like Portal 1. I forget if that's in Portal 2. But yeah, if you're really good at this game, or you've seen the playthrough but you still want to try it out, go for advanced mode. I'll leave that for people who do not get stuck on very simple puzzles for half an hour. Alright. So, there you go, about 2 hours, that's pretty good. So, we're gonna look. I found that there is a Easter eggs video. So, I'm going to quickly get that. Because I saved it. It should be in my... on YouTube, I got it in my favorites. Hopefully. No, I must have put it in watch later then. Let's see. If not, I'll just search it and find it. Oh. Okay. Sorry, I got YouTube now. Okay, I'm gonna have to search this then. Okay. Portal stories. Actually, I need to see if Retro Crush is actually available in if it's actually available in the UK yet. I've used it. It's like a... There's quite a lot of them, but it's an anime service that specifically specializes in like older retro stuff. Like the earliest they'll tend to go usually is the 90s, but they have a lot of like classic-y stuff. And they also have like a live schedule channel, and no, obviously nowadays having everything on demand and not having to adhere to a schedule is better, but it's kind of fun still having access to random channels and kind of getting together with friends like, oh, this thing's gonna be on at this time, or logging on to it and just, oh, this random thing's on, I'll watch this. Okay, now I've just got to capture this my browser here. I don't think I can use the game capture. No, okay. Let me just double check. No. Alright. Let me add a new window capture. Put it there. There we go. Okay, so I haven't watched this video. I specifically saw it, but I was like, you know, we'll save this for maybe watching on stream, just in case it had any spoilers or anything like that. Oh, I'm going to turn this down. Okay. Yep, Barney.
Okay, so this town doesn't have a name yet, as we're the ones who built it, but that doesn't matter. You're writing there.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I knew that opening bit was supposed to be like a big Half-Life 1 reference. So that just kind of confirms it. Hold on, let me full screen this. There we go. Oh, hey. Hello, I'm in the video. Oh. That's funny that... yeah, that's a funny Easter egg, but doesn't make any sense in canon. Oh, 50 Shades of Cave. That would have been really hard to spot, so that's a cool one. Oh yeah, I saw that symbol. I didn't know what that meant. That's a cute one. There was one puzzle where there was like extra stuff that I didn't mess with that I think...
Pre-recorded messages once you're there. Now, get ready to do some science.
Man, that cave Johnson impression is really good. Listening to it again. Oh, they mentioned we sort of saw that number all over the facility. I did notice that.
Level from testing track Lima whiskey rising.
But there was definitely one puzzle where like there was stuff that I did not interact with. So I wonder if that comes up in this. Cool, yep.
2056.
I did notice that number though. It was on that whiteboard as well, which wasn't even shown in the video here. There he is. Good job, Stefan. There he is. Now I'm a little motivated. I do like the more retro design they gave him. And as I've mentioned, how the eyelids work is a big inspiration for what I want to do with like my 2.0 like baghead model. I say model, but you know, whatever.
At least that's what Crazy Harry told me. Had 6 signs boys disappeared because of him.
Oh, okay. I would not have remembered that because I've seen random stuff like movie stuff Muppets, but I've never seen any of the actual full Muppet Show episodes. I actually want to, but I don't know where you can watch them. I don't know if they're on any streaming services or not. I should look into that because I want to watch all like the classic ones instead of just looking up random clips. Okay, I think this might have been the one that I...
To say this, but there's nothing of value up there. Nothing at all. You're wasting your time. Nothing life-changing.
Yeah, I think this was the bit I remember seeing and thinking, oh, there's another path there, and then I just kept going. So this might have been the thing I saw but ignored, and then got too far ahead and just I was like, oh, whatever.
See, I told you. Mel, we need to talk. I know some cores lie really badly about things like that, but I was telling the truth. Trust me a little more, huh? Oh, and I hope you enjoyed the long walk down.
Oh. Oh no, this was it. Yeah, this was the room. I remember looking at this and then seeing that there was something extra. God, that's literally the goat from Goat Simulator. I'm pretty sure that's the exact model. If not, it's really close. Maybe it isn't the exact model because I assume that's copyrighted technically. Oh, there's another lone wolf. I'm trying to think about all the stiff stuff. I think the soundtrack is what impressed me the most because it did sound so much in line with Portal 2 and keeping the dynamic nature of it while all being original. You know, outside of, you know, there's the mention of like 2 covers there, but I'm talking about, you know, like gameplay ones. Oh, some more goats. Looking at this video, I think some effects might have been off because at certain points, some of the lighting looked off in my playthrough, and I wasn't sure if that was the model or not. But looking at this video, I'm starting to think it was a specific setting was not right with mine. But I don't know what I could have done to fix it because I just had everything set to high aside from I think anti-aliasing I didn't have on max setting. Maybe I should have gone in. For some reason, when I started it, it defaulted to like 480p.
Or even learn what it is.
I know.
Whatever it is, it's enough to cause this thing to blow up toxic goo pump control down in the salt mines.
Oh yeah, more goats.
Activating Aegis firewall.
I should mention as well, Mel, the design for Mel looks different than the version here.
I know it's been a while since you had company, but just leave me for 2 minutes. Am I speaking in an accent that is beyond your range of hearing?
I'm speaking in an accent that is beyond
Yep.
your range of hearing.
I give up. Just leave
Oh.
me.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about, where like the personality cores and the way they animated them
Lights, check. Camera,
really makes me think of
action.
what to do with the mask. Yeah, I saw this photo.
Detecting power surge at sub-basement station 26.
That one was cool. Yeah. 2 plus 2 equals 10. In what? In, it's like, oh, in base something. I'm fine. Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that. That is the dev, isn't it? Okay. It's good to have explanations for some of these, because I do remember seeing some of these photos. That one I don't think I saw. But that first one I definitely recognize. Again, I think my only criticism I give this, and it maybe isn't a fair one, is if you hadn't played Portal 2 recently, they don't slowly reintroduce the concepts like Portal 2 does. Well, as in, like, before you have a specific technique you have to do in a puzzle, they'll force you to do it first. Oh, yeah. Well... But at the same time, like, this is clearly... Even though you don't have to own Portal 2 to play it, it's definitely made for people who have played Portal 2, so maybe that's a weird criticism. What's this one?
Them to destroy Aegis instead of humans. If we go down to a turret production line, we might be able to produce friendly turrets. What's with all these people obsessed about a silly hoop? It's just a hoop. Just a small circle of metal.
That must have been like a reference to... Oh, okay. So that's a big in-joke with the Portal community, I guess, because I've never heard of Hoopy.
To a turret production line, we might be able to produce friendly
Oh.
turrets.
Okay, because I saw a couple of companion cubes, but I don't think I ever saw one you could actually get to. So I must have missed this. Yep, of course.
Alright, this next test chamber is still under construction. Generally, they need to be tested at least 3 times before they're finalized. Some people just can't count further than that, I guess.
Oh. Okay. I should have realized that. I thought that was a reference to Miyamoto's Rule of 3, which is a philosophy and that he has
Where do you think you're going? Be careful. I've heard rumors about some creepy guy living in the service
Hang on.
areas.
I'll pause it so I can talk about Miyamoto's Rule 3. But it's... I don't know if it's exactly a mandate, but it's a general philosophy in game design that making a player do something more than 3 times, like kind of like the same gimmick, or like, you know, fighting a boss fight and having to hit it 3 times. Like 3 is, at that point, anything longer than that just ends up feeling like a slog. So once you know that rule, you'll see it all the time. Like how many bosses in like platformers will have like 3 phases, or you'll have to hit them 3 times, or if there's like a kind of like a specific gimmick outside of like the main mechanics, it'll, like, at the most you'll use it 3 times kind of thing. So that's what I thought they were doing at first. But yeah, that makes sense. That would be a that would be a Half-Life 3 reference. Oh man, I wish I'd seen this. This is all Ratman stuff. Oh yeah, this room. Ah. Yeah. No wonder I missed all these. All these. I was missing like key puzzle objectives. That's cool. I like that art. It's just good art. That's neat. I wish I'd seen that. There were lots of like.
Hello there, gorgeous. Might I say you're
What?
looking beautiful as a rainbow.
Oh hell yeah! Oh man, I wish I got that.
Did you, by any chance, get that core's serial number? I'm asking for
Oh, that
yes,
I
friend.
would have loved getting that. That was awesome. I did notice like little bits where you could see outside of areas, but I never found any I could portal to. Oh yeah, I did not see that at all. They really packed a lot in this like in terms of Easter eggs. Hello. Oh. Wow, this is a whole little area. Yep. Of course, coffee. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, of course a Woodley kind of reference.
Lever near that door to open it up. Would you kindly flip that lever?
Would you kindly?
Would you kindly
Kindly find that?
obeys? Ah, and then the fucking final section of the game after that completely ruins that whole moment. But whatever. It's like, yeah, you do a meta construction where you point out that like games are always about the illusion of choice and they're just parroting you a Lonafin. And then after you kill the guy who tells you that's happening, you break your conditioning, but you're only still doing that because that's the... Oh, I've never seen the Maze Runner, so that would have gone over my head. But... And then there's a moral choice at the end anyway. Plus that final boss fight is not fun. Oh, I did not notice that. Oh, it's got like a no symbol for it. Was featuring another portal mod, aperture tag, the paint gun testing initiative. Oh, okay. There we go. Well, thank you very much. Let's look at the channel. Cappy26 for that. Because yeah. Some of that stuff I did notice, but most of those big ones, yeah, that I missed so much there. There we go. Oh, I did it though. Woo! Had some struggles there, but that just again, that's really fun. And again, just like shocking how well it captures both the writing style of Portal 2. I think Portal 2 in general is a like funnier thing, but it's maybe not fair to compare because you know they had years to do that, and you know it's Mark Laidlaw and things like that. But there's still some great moments, but just sorry, not how much, but just how cool seeing that early Aperture stuff expanded and expanding on the mechanics and coming up with ways to do stuff you were doing in Portal 2, but not in ways that would initially come to you as doing them before. And seeing some expansion of using the water to take out fire. I still think if technology one day lets you do it, I think the idea of having portals be able to like drain liquid and put it in another room and like have actual volume simulation and you know like drain simulation and stuff like that. Obviously we're gonna be a long way from that. I should mute my desktop audio so my music's not like just double playing. But yeah, that's great. And yeah, if you want to, there's a whole hard mode campaign as well. You know what? There is one thing I need to check. I just remembered. There was that puzzle. We'll do this before I end stream. There was a puzzle that I think I used the sequence break by accident. So, hang on, I'm gonna have to... I think it was in chapter 3. Okay, let me capture the window again. Apologies that I, let me go back here. There we go. I gotta find a way of adding, sources to a scene, but being able to set where in the scene it shows up. Okay, yeah, this is the one where I got stupidly stuck. Okay, I'm gonna just be skimming for a while. Don't worry, Yes, this was the one. Okay. Let's maybe go back to the start. Okay. Let's get the audio back. So yeah, there was... I want to see how you're meant to do this, because I'm pretty sure what I did was not how you're meant to do it. Okay. So yeah, I remember this. This is how you get the cube over. Okay, and that reverses the polarity of that. Okay. Yeah, this bit I didn't do. I don't think I ever did this part. So, hang on, I'm gonna slow the footage down. Okay. So I think what happened is at this point, I think I brought that cube over. Because okay, so because while the cube is on the switch, you can exit this room by riding the gravity well backwards. And I did not do that. I took the cube and hold on, let's see. Yeah, I took the cube and sent it through there. And then, using the blue gravity well... Hang on, when the angle's right, I'll show it. Here. So I used the gravity well, which pushes you away from it. And I put one up there, so it went over the wall. And then I jumped from the switch and got into the gravity well's pull and got moved over here. And I think that skipped. Here, we can speed this up a bit. Because this is someone who knows what they're doing. Yeah, this part I didn't do. This is the part I skipped. But hey, I imagine someone must have found that in playtesting. I'm not really amazing at finding that kind of stuff, so they must have just been like, oh, we'll keep it. Funny enough, I watched a video today about how, for some reason, they keep with the Metroid Prime. Every time it got released, including the recent like remake remaster, every time they patch out sequence breaks and make specific like speed running only tech harder, that ends up kind of affecting the whole game. I've only played the Wii version, so I couldn't speak to all of it. Oh, I didn't know you could throw cubes through that. Interesting. Okay. How's it get out of here though? Oh, well that's not the intended way. That's a cheesy way. That's similar to what I did though, because I put the gravity well portal there and then jumped off the switch. I think him bringing the cube back with him and jumping back over here, I don't think was actually the way you were supposed to get out of here. I'm kind of tempted to look up someone else doing this. What test chamber number is this? Let's see if I can see here. You know, what I'll do is I'll just look for another video. And see how someone else does that puzzle. Here we go. But yeah, the whole part where you bring the cube over using the gravity well over that bit, I ended up not doing because of the way I skipped it. So yeah, they get the cube. They come back this way. So yeah, that part, this I never ended up doing. Because I brought the cube over with me with the blue switch. But basically I put both the cube. I put the cube there and then jumped over. So the glass one was already there. So I brought the glass one over and just left it on the switch, and that's how I got the cube over. Okay, so how do they get... So how... It's, again, really funny because, like, I don't think that's intended strats. I think they're just... They might have designed the game that, multiple solution works. Why do I keep finding people who did that? Maybe that was just, like, an actual, you know, like the intended way you were supposed to do that. But that just seems off to me, but that's not the way I did it. Here we go. We'll look at one more video. Also, this says it's 60 FPS, but this is not 60 FPS. This is definitely not. Oh, wait, no, I've got it on slow, haven't I? So it is 60, yeah. There we go. I guess that's the way you're meant to get back over. That feels kind of like an exploit that was in Portal 2 that they just made a proper mechanic. But yeah, I found a slightly quicker way of doing this. Again, it's probably used in maybe like glitchless speed runs or something, but you can just jump off the switch and get into the gravity well without doing that kind of wall climb technique. But you can also put the glass cube. You don't have to leave it on the gravity well to pull the other cube over if you move the glass cube over to where the gravity well starts, because you can just go over and get it. Because I think the idea is that when it's in the orange mode on the and you're on, you know, with the box on the switch, that's how you get out the room. So yeah, that's just how everyone's doing it. So maybe just everyone figured that out, and maybe that's the intended way, but I'm not so sure. Okay, well, thank you for humoring me with that. But there you go. But there's definitely little skips and stuff. Oh, but it's cool. All right, so there we go. That's another game out the way. I knew this was going to be a quick one, though. I think with some of my mind confusion, it took a bit longer. But there we go. There's Portal Story Smell done. I'm really happy to have played through that, and yeah, I highly recommend it. I'll probably, if I ever do the advanced mode, I'll probably do it off stream so I'm more focused. But the next PC game I'm going to play is Subnautica. I've talked about it a bit before, but I've played it a lot, but in early access versions on console where it was terrible and could not run on the console. But I've never actually beat it, and now I have a PC that could actually run it well, and I own it because it was on sale. But we are going to be using a map mod, but I don't expect it to be, you know, a super long playthrough, because you know, the stuff I know because I played so much when it was on like the Xbox One early access system. So we'll see how it goes, but that'll probably be next week. Saturday I'll probably do Monster Hunter because I haven't played since last week. And I think maybe next week I'll do that YouTube stream, the restream of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 on Nintendo 64 before I play the fourth one, because I just want to get that VOD again and have it on YouTube, and I can't. I've tried the whatever VOD I had, and I realized how I made the mistake, so it was my fault. but it's definitely not on Twitch's servers anymore, according to any of the tools I found for pulling deleted VODs. I didn't leave it published for long enough for it to like stay in the server. So, and yeah, the VOD without the music just it's weird. It just makes me sound weird because I'm talking about the music so much and you can't hear any of it. And also the idea of going through the VOD and manually re-adding the music, like, that was always an option, but I don't know, first off, how long that's gonna take, but also trying to figure out what songs we're playing at what times when I'm not directly commenting on them. It just doesn't seem worth the effort. We'll see though. It depends. If I do the YouTube stream and it ends up not being that entertaining, maybe I will try and do it. But yeah. So yeah, that'll be coming up, but there'll be a Saturday stream around my regular time. We'll do some Monster Hunter, some 6 stars. Some 6 stars. Wow. That's sick, bro. And whatever Gathering Hub stuff I've got going on. But we're getting to the point now where I think once I get through more of the 6 stars and Gathering Hub stuff I haven't done, we might actually... I just want to get to the point where I know what all the weapons available are, and I can start doing that kind of stuff. Apparently there is a separate ending tied to the Gathering Hub, and I think that will probably be when we'll consider the game like complete, stream-wise. So if I ever find a bunch of people that want to do high rank stuff, or, you know, I get Sunbreak at some point as well, that's been to consider, or I look into all those special events, or doing like co-op, I forget what they're called, the like raid kind of tower defense mode. We'll see on that. And then yeah, Subnautica, that'll be next week, and I think sooner than later I'm gonna sort out getting the second monitor and the arm so I can have the monitor right on the desk here instead of a TV all the way over there that I have to turn my head this far to see. Okay, but going behind the bag as it is, another reason why maybe my decision to be a bag-headed streamer, maybe not the best thought out idea. I never remember the medical term for this. So let me search it. But I do not have equal vision. Amblyopia. Amblyopia. So it's reduced vision in one eye caused by abnormal visual development early in life. The weaker or lazy eye often wanders inwards or outwards. It develops from birth up to age 7, but early diagnosis can prevent long-term problems. So that was what happened with me. I had a patch over this eye, so I can move this eye around. I can see out this eye. The problem is, the strength of the eyes aren't equal, and specifically so most people's vision is made up of like 2 images. That's how you see 3D, because this eye sees everything, this eye sees everything, and they look at the same thing. But my brain has like 75% this eye, 25% this eye, and when I focus on this 25%, some of the vision from this eye overlaps. If you've seen when people who stream and capture VR, and they do the thing where they show the vision from like one eye as the main bit, but then on the side you'll kind of see the fade as it goes into the second eye. It kind of looks like that, but the image overlaps. And essentially, if I was ever in an accident and I lost this eye, or this eye got blinded, and I still had this eye, I would essentially be legally blind. I'd be able to see to an extent, but if I close this eye, I see the blackness of my eyelid overlapping whatever this eye sees. It's like, imagine a GIF that's an image, and then the second frame is a black image, and imagine that's flickering at like like 300 frames per second. Well, probably not that high, but like 60 frames per second every other frame, probably higher than that. I'm somehow seeing both, and it really fucks with me mentally. And my setup is really bad for that because I can't really side-eye my TV. So to see out this TV well, I have to turn at least this far to see stuff, and it's further away, and I wear contacts because I'm a fucking idiot, because I've set up a stream in a way where I can't wear glasses. Though I will say I've swapped contact brands because the ones I used to get, they don't make them in my prescription anymore, and the ones I've got now are actually better, even though they cost the same and they do the same thing. And also, this TV keeps turning to static. Maybe I just need to change the cable over, but I also think this TV is getting old and it's having issues picking up my PC. It's confused. But I'm going to try and get the smaller monitor here. That's also on an arm so I can pivot it. So I can have just the whole stream set up. You know, a meter in front of me. Maybe even get like a better ring light that could just be mounted on this monitor here, and then we'll get back into streaming console stuff. I want to stream some more retro. Here's the thing. I have this argument that PlayStation 2 is not retro. Because the retro era is when you go back to games that don't have design and development techniques that match modern games, but a lot of stuff that's in PlayStation 2 era games is still true to this day. And also those games, you know, are entirely playable outside of like very early examples. But I want to get into the PlayStation 2 like Devil May Cry clone era, and I want to do that soon. Plus October is coming up, and hopefully, if I can get stuff done in time, I want that to be like horror month, and just play like classic and maybe even newer survival horror games just all month. But I'll talk about that more once I've got more plans in actually in set in stone. But sorry, I've been rambling for a while. Let's just get things over with. I've been your host, Johnny Baghead. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope it's not too hot where you are. Make sure you drink plenty of water. I think I've drunk like 3-4 liters of water today. And I need to drink more. Yes. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to be have all this shit strapped to you and not be a sweaty mess. But I don't know how to do it. Anyway, we'll finish up here. I'll see you all Saturday. As always, if you want to see random updates, check me on Twitter at Johnny Baghead, and YouTube is at Johnny Baghead VODS for old streams. And that's pretty much up to date. That's usually my friend used to do it, but I've kind of taken over getting stuff published on there now. Though I still get help every so often, but yeah. I try and now keep that update instead of just like batch putting stuff out for in like a week or two. So everything's on there, and there at some point probably will be some like stream highlight edits I need to do. I might start working on one tomorrow, but I kind of want to work on some more music for the stream, so we'll see. Anyway, take care everyone. Have a good evening. Have a good day. If you exist outside of time, this is my old outro I used to do. Wait, don't cut me off.